In a world where gaming is everything, welcome to the Extreme Gaming Podcast.
Episode 268 of the Extreme Gaming Podcast, February 20th, 2025. I'm your host for today, Trev. As always, joining me today is...
Great Gamer 25. Here I am for another episode, and we have so much to talk about.
There is loads. And it's myself, Matt, also known as Irish Guardian, on everything.
You're everything. You're
on
everywhere.
everything. Billboards, posters, trams, metro. Wanted.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're looking up there. Yep. Right,
By the
okay,
way,
peoples. Yeah, so we've got a couple of announcements. Well, we'll get the usual kind of... We're basically going to be asking folk to join the Discord more so than usual because of the last announcement, which will make more sense in a moment. Discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast for all things gaming, entertainment, shenanigans. A lot of shenanigans, actually. Possibly more shenanigans than gaming or entertainment, to be fair. And if you love PCs, you love gaming, come in and chat to us, play games with us, ask us questions. We'll pretend we know what we're talking about. No, we usually can help with some hardware stuff if we can. Unofficial, we have a gaming night every week. Call it unofficial because if I make it official, people outside our core group don't bother joining. But if I say it's unofficial, we'll make it some more people in. Tuesdays at 8 p.m, half 8, around about that time, in their Discord under the gaming channel, the Gaming Voice channel. You can't go wrong. And our friend Taro can't make it today, but with our last announcement, hopefully he can. And remember, Taro, he's at gamertech.org. Basically, if you're in the UK, and Gray, you'll be able to help me out with I can't remember what the US equivalents are called, but essentially gamertech.org, it's a custom PC parts picker type website. He'll literally make you up a machine exactly the way you want, and there's hundreds of parts to choose from, and they're all kind of reasonably priced. Bunch of guys, good guys that work there. They do this on top of their main jobs as well. It's a passion project. So go to gamertech.org if you're in the UK. I don't know if he does PCs outside the UK. Maybe he does, but then why would you spend all that in tax and shipping? You'd be mad. So, Gray, what are the US equivalents for like Gamertech? There are sites that
it'd be like Cybertech and
there's a big one. There's a big one.
There's a Digital Storm. There's another one.
There's a bigger one still.
There's a couple of them. There's
Newegg?
There's a few of them.
Nah, they do just
Newegg. Yeah,
stuff.
The Micro Center build your PCs.
Yeah, actually, Micro Centers are well for me. They're new here in South Florida. There's one in Miami, but it's still too far for me to go look at. But it is here in South Florida now. So
okay. The name of that other company will come to me, man. I just forgotten. But yeah, so don't forget to grab us on the socials, whatever social tickets your fancy. We're on two that I'm not going to state today because we haven't got them up fully running yet. But the main ones are YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all Extreme Gaming Podcasts, and X. Twitter X, as I heard someone call it the other day, which I like, under Extreme Podcast. The main thing we would like to announce today is that Gray's going to go in for the operation and finally get it cut off.
He's been waiting a long time for that. He's making
the transformation to a woman finally, so and we
What
wish him all the best.
He's put his deposit downs for the top parts already.
He's been taking the tablets for a while. No, I jest because I know there's some people that may potentially listen to that might know someone that's going through that or going through that, so I only jest. But no, the big announcement really is that we would talk about this for a few weeks, and we are deciding to
all do it
from next week. What did you say, Matt?
All of us will do it.
Oh, get an operation at the same time.
Yeah,
oh my God, that's a lot of sausage. We're going to be stopping the live on Twitch, live on YouTube, whatnot, the actual live show, which I apologise, people, if there's somebody that you do like that. Hello to Scythe and Taro and Lord in the chat, by the way. Thank you, guys. We will not, we're not going anywhere. Just to emphasise that we are not going anywhere. We're like a bad smell. You cannot get rid of us. We're just not going to do the live anymore because it's a timing thing as well for us. We all want to move everything to Tuesday so that we can pre-record it on a Tuesday and then do our gaming night straight after. So we roll it all into the Tuesday. So please join us for the gaming night if you can in the Discord. But we will be still here. We still will pre-record and we will put it out round about the usual time we always did. You'll still get your audio podcast probably for Thursday. Gray puts it out at the same time.
Same
Video
day.
podcast, he may have time to put it out a bit sooner than Saturday. Yeah, it's
I'm
up to Gray.
gonna try to shoot for the same day, Thursday. If not, it would be the next day.
Yeah, or maybe the next day. You
podcast.
don't want to cannibalise the audio downloads. You know what I'm saying? But it's up to Gray. That's his wheelhouse. So, but yeah, so guys, it's just, if you've not seen Gray's video edit, please do. He puts his heart and soul into that, and he always sends us the best, the funniest bits, the goodest bits. God, English sometimes,
funniest
Trevor,
bits?
they're not
Well,
friends.
you'll see visually a lot of things that we talk about. I put up visually, and sometimes I put stuff that we don't have on the audio because they don't make sense on the audio, and it'll be on the video. So,
what kind of
almost
things?
kinda
Like a big willy on top of Matt's head, that kind of thing.
oh yeah, I mean,
Usual. Yeah.
if we can do that.
I should really
Yeah,
watch
some of your
every.
cheats,
I should watch
Look at
every minute
Scythe.
of these.
Scythe is going English, Trav, English.
English.
Yeah.
English. Why I don't see that. I don't see that comment actually, which is a good point. I actually should open the Twitter, not the Twitter, the Twitch. So listen, the Twitch thing is, if anything, I was a blocker on this because Gray suggested it initially, and I think Matt was just like, listen, if I'm available, I'm good, I'll do it, whatever. But we done the live show for literally years, literally from Extreme PC UK days to now. And it was kind of a difficult thing, but we don't have as many people tuning in for that one. And our main strength is and always has been the audio download stuff. That's where there's hundreds of downloads for that one. And we're really proud of that. And we want to keep that going. We'll still be in the socials with our clips and whatnot. It just means Gray can push it even more than he did before. And then you can watch the video podcast. And I would encourage you to do so because if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can choose between the two. And on Spotify, you can seamlessly, actually in both of them, you can seamlessly switch between audio and video depending on your setup.
Yeah.
So, and then you can enjoy Gray when you've not got a dodgy stomach. And then you get a dodgy stomach, you can turn them off and just listen to them. It's fine. It's all good. So,
The main thing, like Trev said, is the numbers of people that download and listen to us are extremely higher than anything on Twitch. It's not even close. So that's one reason. The other reason, like Trev said, is that Tuesday tends to be a day where we all can make it without issues or problems or whatever. So that was another consideration. And as far as a video, again, like Trev said, you're better off going to YouTube when it's in nice 4K and no problems with any kind of reception or bandwidth problems because using Riverside the way we do, the recordings originate on our computers. So each one of those recordings is then integrated and timed. And so then all of a sudden we're all in beautiful 4K.
It takes forever to do the uploads after because Matt and I don't get asynchronous connections like this jammy Floridian over here. So it takes us like half an hour, 40 minutes to do our upload. And that means we're basically pausing our upload at the moment so we can get the best quality for live and offline as well. And this way, if we're pre-recording, we don't pause the live because we're not going live at the same time. So we can literally just keep uploading at the same time and we're done like that. It just saves us so much time. It's not just about, we don't have... If it was just about numbers, bloody autofocus, if it was just about numbers, I would maybe push to keep going on the Thursday. Because I can enjoy it. I do enjoy interacting with the kind of usual suspects that do come in, but it's a timing thing just as much, if not more for me than anyone else actually. It means Taro can join more often. Gray's retired, he's got some more time. Matt works from home a lot as well. He's sometimes got the time, so...
And by the way, if anybody wants to ask any questions that we will put on the podcast, there's two ways to go about it. One would be to join our Discord and do it through there. Or you can get our new general email address, which is info@extremegamingpodcast.com.
Thank you, Greg. The new email.
Nice.
Right, info@extremegamingpodcast.com. And you can email us at that and ask whatever the heck you want or whatever questions you want or any comments or whatever.
So there you go. It is a bit of a bigger announcement, but our strength has always been the audio stuff, and we want to stick to that. And in fact, if anything, make it even better and go forward with it. So yeah, I'm kind of that'll be from next week. So this is the kind of last live show, but you will find us in the usual places, pre-recorded next week onwards. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, we're not going to edit the show so that we take out this and take out that. When we record, and when we pre-record live, in other words, we don't change anything. So that won't change either. So whatever happens is what's going to happen. So none of that will change. It'll almost appear, for the most part, to be just like we do live.
It's always going to be raw, just the way Matt likes it.
Right.
Always, unedited.
Not a bit of
unedited. We don't take stuff out, really. If anything, Gray will add stuff to it, like the nice clips and whatnot. So we never take stuff out. We just add some quality to it, but it's always raw, 100%.
Yep.
Right, guys.
And I could do my uni exams.
And yeah, because we're flexible for pre-recording, so we can do the show out with the Tuesdays. Just Tuesdays are really, really good. You totally put me up my train of thought, man. Matthew, what are you like, man?
That's what the notes are for. Just
no. Ad hoc. It was something off the cuff that I wanted to bloody mention. You get. Anyway, right. So we got some gaming news up first. Matt couldn't make it last time, so this it's not old news, but it's still relative. You've got some Kingdom Come news for us, Matt. Or is that your game review?
Yeah, like to come. Watch out, Kardashians. It's not all over your back. So.
Oh boy. We're off.
Thank God this is the last live show.
Yeah, there you go. Don't worry, I'll still do this.
Doesn't matter. We still do it anyway. We leave it right.
I will. I'll make sure it's worse.
All you want. Be a good boy.
With pictures. No, they
yeah, sure. That'll fly on YouTube.
That would. Yeah, straight out the door. Yush. Yeah. So can it come? Deliverance 2 shines and still shining till this day since launch. The launch success has been absolutely amazing. It's sold over 100 million copies within the first day of its release, which is fantastic. I think it's the biggest one so far.
And I believe right now it's up to 2 million.
200 million now. Yeah. If
I remember correctly.
It's amazing. Yeah. So that's definitely a big, huge triumph for the developers. The game has gamers praising, and with industry veterans, including Sven Vink, who's the director of Baldur's Gate 3, and the official Witcher count as well. So there you go. Yeah, they're all hyping up on this. And I really can't wait to play it. I've got it downloaded and installed. So I need to finish the first one, though. The first one got a bit messy with bugs and stuff.
I never played the first one. I just decided when I started hearing things about this second one and some of the things that I felt were a good improvement from the first one, I just decided, I'll just wait. I've played an hour of it. Really isn't that much, but the hour that I have played, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, with the first one, because it's open world, I kind of went off on my own tangent and ended up getting to the end game scenario.
You had a tangent without us too?
Yeah. And I got stuck, and I couldn't do anything. I couldn't win the game. I couldn't revert it or anything. It was just way too messy. So I ended up stopped playing it. Till now, I'm playing it now, and it's quite mad. Brilliant. I'm not getting myself killed or in places.
If it happens again, we'll just hack it.
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. So the new one offers even that plus a little bit more with hardcore mode. It's also got the barber feature, which I think the old one had as well. So you can get like a bit more
feature, like your haircut.
You get your haircut and shaved. I think it was back in number one. Second one, I think you get a more personalized look as well with different hairstyles maybe, and which the first one had as well. So there's also horse racing as well. That's been brought
horse racing,
for players to race their horses, give them a wallop and get there.
We do not condone horse violence in this show.
No, we don't. No. Nobody wants to get punched by a horse.
Unless it's
terrible.
Unless it's great.
Yeah. But that's the thing altogether. We won't go into that.
It's also got an odor. Just don't turn me into glue, whatever you do.
Yeah. Oh dear. So it's also got an odor system, which adds a little extra realism, which makes the enemies detect you by your smell, pretty much. It also affects...
I'm screwed then.
Yeah, so it affects your stealth and the way you communicate with other characters as well. So that's quite interesting. You still got your food and your alchemy in there as well. So it's quite interesting. Cool. It's also got upcoming DLCs, which I don't think I've hit yet. Brushes with Death, to help a mysterious artist with an enigmatic past. That'll be quite interesting to find out what that's about. Including the Legacy of the Forge, which restores Gutenberg's forge, where you can become a master blacksmith. So you can actually make your own weapons in this one, it sounds like. So it's going to be something to look forward to. And a Mysteria Ecclesiae, where you explore... Mysteria Ecclesiae.
Okay.
What?
Is that French for... I don't know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so. It's a mysterious episode or something. I don't know. They put things in. There you go. Explore Sedlet's monastery and halt the spread of a deadly illness. Oh, maybe it's like a zombie thing.
These are missions?
Yeah, DLCs that are coming out.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Kingdom Come 2. So, the community has already seen over 155 concurrent players on Steam. Warhorse Studios expressed their heartfelt gratitude for the overwhelming support and success of the game.
What was the concurrent, you said?
155,000.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Decent.
And that's just on Steam itself.
Not bad, I get. I mean,
not bad at all. So that's pretty much that of Deliverance 2. I am looking forward to playing this, seeing what's new, what the difference is. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, you got this, you got the Alchemist, you got Blacksmith, but I think all these things you had in the first one anyway. So
I've just saw Gray's update. You won't see that from next week because it's only if people are watching live. He's update under his name. He noticed my, for the people at Heart and Hand that listen to us, you'll understand this. I've got under my name, it says Go the 49ers.
Oh,
American football team, because they're about to possibly buy someone, a particular club, and Gray's put that particular club name under his name. So there you go.
But new Rangers fan.
Well, he gave that one away, didn't he? It's alienated everyone else that hates us.
I'm going to make an effort. I'm going to make an effort to watch the Rangers. Maybe not every game, but I'm going to make an effort.
Oof.
He's a Dolphins fan. Gray's a Dolphins fan, and I believe the Dolphins they're not the top of their game. It'd be nice. Yeah. They're not. We
had a couple of good seasons the last 2 seasons, and this season was just like.
So basically, you are like Kilmarnock or Motherwell, basically in the Scottish Premier League.
I'm a who?
Kilmarnock or Motherwell. You're about mid-level. That's the football equivalent.
I thought that was some kind of Scottish food or something.
Could be.
Support your local haggis.
It could be, yeah. Possible. No, they are towns in Scotland. There you go.
See, everybody, I'm trying to bone up on some of this stuff because I'll be coming to Scotland in June. So he has to start teaching me some of this stuff.
You won't be able to go to a game because the season will be finished by then, Gray. So,
oh well,
that's the only thing. Oh well.
Just remember to call everybody a Sassenach when you get there.
Who? What?
A Sassenach.
It's not an offensive term, despite what people think. It's the Gaelic word for a person that's English.
Yeah,
it's not offensive.
Okay.
It's not offensive.
I thought that was just like Anglo or something, or Anglo-Saxon.
No, it's the Gaelic word for English person.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Is it Gaelic or Gaelic?
It's Gaelic in Scotland and Gaelic in Northern Ireland. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just was wondering.
Gaelic.
And then the Irish have got their own version outside Irish. The Welsh have got their own version as well. They know how to talk sheep as well. Know how to talk to sheep. That's a secret language you've got.
Wait a minute. Wait. Back up. They know how to talk to sheep.
Yeah, sheep whisperers.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was
seen
nice
videos
because they know that I would say something else, and I'm not going to say that because that's not very nice.
No, we don't do anything like that with the sheep. No.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see what they're saying from behind, but they manage it.
I leave it to the imagination. You just
dive
right in.
I'm just helping the crowd here. You know, some people have their own tangents. I'm just making sure they get to the right place at the right time. There you go.
Yeah, I get
That's
it.
what she said.
He wants to make sure that everybody understands a little bit clearer. That's all right.
Yeah. Give direct avenues right there.
Have mercy, and he goes in the corner.
Yeah. It's like an
Keith Stammer.
It's like an opposite episode of The Office where they're trying to tell a joke and then Matt just tells you the answer at the end. You're like, oh man, what have you done? Anyway, listen, we've waffled loads and loads and loads. Oh yeah, that was the thing I forgot at the start. Depending on time, I might not have time because we've waffled so much and we've got some news. Tarl, I'll get to you in a second, my man. we might try and do more specials, one-off specials, ad hoc specials, and one of them, if we'll get time, we'll maybe do it today, but we don't want to rush it. Gaming discussions, or just discussions in general, to do with games, hardware, PC components, about gaming being lazy or not, right? So we'll see if we get time or not, and Matt's done his research.
Yeah, we're going to try to get to that at the end, because there's a lot to cover on that.
Socks
it's
are
an
coming
ongoing
off.
thing.
Gloves are off.
Get your FPS on with hardware and tech news.
Do you remember the... Actually, you maybe don't remember this, because maybe you don't care. Nintendo, a few months back, brought out their Alarmo. Their own version of Alarmo.
I love that. I want one.
Yeah. That was it sold really well because it's Nintendo, and it's got like radar on it to scan you in bed and stuff. So kind of creepy.
Discontinued it.
Well, no. It's anything
okay.
is doing even more popular now, and it's you had to be a Nintendo online member. Now it's in other stores, you can buy it. But no, Apple have decided that they're going to. Some of this is rumorville, by the way. Apple want a piece of this pie, and you know the little tabletop lamp thing from Pixar at the start, the little flexible lamp that moves up and down? Yeah. They are reportedly working on a robot like this, a little mini robot lamp that will move about like the Pixar lamp for real on the side of your table. Can you imagine that? You come out from a night out with the boys or the girls, pissed, and you pass out, and this fecking bloody lamp beside you starts jumping up and down, passing you paracetamol, painkillers. Jesus Christ, can you imagine it? Your granny's
got to pick up paracetamol.
Huh?
The what?
Because maybe it's got a little arm attachment that can pick it up.
Maybe.
There's a video which I'll show in the video edit.
It's 4.5 minutes.
It can't do everything, because the Pixar lamp in the Pixar movies also used to jump.
But if you watch the video, it does quite a lot. I mean, we don't share videos on the live anymore because Greg gets upset. He gets upset when we share live videos.
Yeah, because it looks like crap. And
mine look awesome.
But when you watch the video, you'll see it does quite a lot. It can do quite a lot, but maybe not pick things up. So,
any guess, by the way, what that thing will cost?
$2,000.
I was going to say, I'm almost afraid that,
Well, let's put it this way. Apple's Apple Vision VR headset is $3,500 US.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Didn't they bring out a light stand?
And it's a bit shit to play games on. So, what now?
That little singular light stand for like $2,000 or £1,500. Like it was just one little line, and it has like an RGB strip on it.
Apple did
that? Pass.
Did you not? Oh,
you're gonna have to Google that for me, man. But yeah, essentially, I thought that was a funny way to start, because I wouldn't be surprised if they brought that. Bear in mind, Apple and Disney, at least at one point, were in bed together. Apple had shares, or was it Steve Jobs had shares in Disney? I don't know if that's still the case. So I wouldn't be surprised if Disney owned Pixar. So that would be a little funny thing if it came out. Okay, so this is getting into the hardware side of it a little bit. Even though I've put it, I'll mention it. The GPU side of things, Taro. It wasn't the GPU that I was buying; it was the CPU. The GPU, I was going to try and get a 5080 if I could get one, but I kind of slept in, and the whole 10 units the UK probably had in total to sell are well and truly gone by then. This is the worst inventory of new GPUs ever, literally ever. So I had no chance, no chance at all. A couple of people in our community got one. Good luck to them. If I'd got one though, I would have probably just punted it on eBay because of how poor it is. It's like a few % faster than a 4080 Super, which I've got in the moment. So I do not see the point. That's why I said to you last week, Tarl, that I'm really sad that AMD have chucked in the high-end GPU game, because I was going to consider getting a high-end AMD GPU so I can, what is it? It's not direct storage, but it's whatever AMD's equivalent of having the same the GPU and the CPU from the same family. You get some little speed boost for it. I was wanting to do that, but I am not getting a card that's maybe about the same performance as my current card. It has to beat the 4080 Super, otherwise I'm not interested ever. It's also what? Yeah. It's also the worst generation of GPUs ever. It is. It's mid-range, and they've admitted it. They admitted that though. They were like, we're only going to go mid-range now. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do know why. No one can touch Nvidia. they're already killing Intel. It's like, let's not kill two companies now. You couldn't touch Nvidia. You couldn't. I doubt it. So yeah, I have the new CPU. I just need to build a new machine. I've got the parts and components. I just don't have the time yet.
Have you plugged the CPU in yet, or
no? They're all sitting in boxes, mate. I've got a new case. I've got a new motherboard. I've got the is it Project Zero? Tar will know this.
Show me what you got.
Project Zero. This is really cool. Yeah. It's a motherboard, but the main power components, the main connection components for cables are on the back of the motherboard.
Yeah.
It's a good thing this is the last live ever. I'll be telling you that much.
It doesn't matter. It'll still be in.
Because it wasn't. We're shut down. We're getting shut down for sure after this anyway. No, all the main components for power and whatnot and cables are at the back of the motherboard, so it looks clean and smart at the front. I have not went for Tar was more technical than me. I've not went for the motherboard that's got like Wi-Fi 7 and USB 4 and whatnot on it, because they are stupidly expensive for what they can do. I've just went for basically PCI Express 4.0 stuff. Backwards cable is very cool. Yes, and you have to get a certain case for it as well, Tar. So I'll get new RAM, new store. In fact, it's here. New SSDs, 7400 read speed. But I need to find a clone drive. The clone drive is a bit of a problem at the moment. That will, for whatever reason, my clone drive from before, it doesn't take this NVMe stick, even though it's the right size one. Anyway, so new everything. The new power supply as well. So the only thing, new RAM. The only thing that's not new is basically the GPU. I'll sell the rest of the components maybe, so we'll see. But yeah, Nvidia have officially announced the RTX 5080 Ti. I don't get why some of their models have a Ti and the others don't.
You just get that little extra kind of boost on the clock, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you not remember
but
the
it's
guy?
Not really worth it.
One of the Nvidia guys, when it wasn't Jensen, a few years back, that called it a Ti. Remember, it was a 3080 Ti, he called it, and I was like, it's not a Ti, you numbnuts, it is a Ti. That's like the people that call
8080s
id gaming, ID gaming, they need slapped about the face. Taro says, nobody has Wi-Fi 7 yet, 6E is the one to go for right now, good sweet spot, and you can get 6E across point router for decent access. Yes, my PlayStation 7 has Wi-Fi 7 on it, but wait for it, it still has gigabit Ethernet, which cracks me up because Wi-Fi 7 is faster than gigabit. It blows my mind, the stupidity of storage.
Yeah, it's limiting it.
See, you get people's eyebrow from grey there. It doesn't make sense, mate.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I have a router that's Wi-Fi 7 as well, so I do have the new iPhone, latest iPhone's Wi-Fi 7, so you're future-proofing yourself, Tar. But for the cost, I was paying double for the motherboard. Then I was like,
sometimes it's not worth it.
It would have been nice for PCI Express 5.0, Matt, but there is only one 5.0 card, and it's the 5090.
Yeah, that's way too expensive. There's no point going that far.
And just plug in the network. Well, on a PlayStation, you don't want to do that. If you get a Wi-Fi 7 router, you want to use Wi-Fi, unless you're a hardcore shooter. But the 5070 Ti is coming out on the 20th of Feb, 6 a.m. Pacific time, if you're on the west coast of the States. Pricing, though, I was trying to find some pricing on it to see how competitive it was. I can't see any pricing on it yet.
It's actually 2 words, too expensive.
Probably. Yeah. I think the performance is not great, though. I think the videos and reviews are saying it's not very good value at the moment. So
versus the 4070, was it? 4090, 4080.
The 4080 Super, the one you have, is faster than the 5070.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So you might as well do that, save yourself a bit of money as well.
You do a generational comparison, understandably, and people are trying to compare it to RTX 4070 Ti, and it is faster than that, of course it is, but not by a million miles. The bang for the buck, this is the problem Nvidia have got, right? You could have expensive graphics cards, I can accept that, but when you have graphics cards that are expensive, but they're a tiny bit better than the previous gen, if better at all. That makes no sense to me. Like, your 5080 is just stupid. Your 5090, charge what you want for that. It is blazingly fast. It is brilliant. I'm not going to complain about a £2,000 card. That's just the price of these things. Pay it or don't pay it. But it's got a TDP of 300 watts, so still on the higher side. 16 gig of VRAM. That seems to be the norm. It's another thing. Nvidia are really tight with their VRAM. Mercian's coming in there saying latency for Ethernet. Yes, true, my man. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. If you're worried about latency, why are you playing Fortnite or COD on a console? You should be on a PC with a keyboard and a mouse and plugged in. If you want the best connection, you probably wouldn't be playing on a console. Not saying you can't. I'm just saying you probably wouldn't be playing with a controller on a console. You want the best performance, don't you? But your point still stands, my man. It still stands. So yeah, I will never buy this card. Gray maybe would buy it because he's on the peasant card at the moment. I mean, sorry, a 4070. So
4070 Super is doing just fine.
Is a Super better than a Ti? I can never remember.
I don't know. I don't even. Was there a 4070 Ti?
Was supposed to be better.
I forgot. Yeah, slightly.
Yeah,
so slightly. It's not worth it.
The Super comes out. The Supers will come out next year for Nvidia when they're trying to get some more money out of us and they don't want to launch a new generation quite yet. So
I swear that somebody just goes in there and goes like this with a screwdriver and just says, "Okay, now it's a 47 Super."
Yeah, there's a little tweak.
That's all they do. That's all they do, and I have no problem doing that. Just give us fair bang for a buck. That's all we're asking for. And then the rumored, they have announced them. We've just not prices or dates yet. Would be the 5060 Ti and 5060, which is not quite peasant level, but if you're not a hardcore gamer, they're the cards you would probably get because you don't really much to run them. They'll probably be competitively priced because AMD will be coming in at the low to mid range with their cards, trying to smash them out the park. But yeah, so I love new hardware. I won't buy it, but I love new hardware. Competition is good for us, the consumer, at the end of the day. And then the last thing on the hardware news side of things that I've got, and Taro, if you're watching, man, oh, did you not know this? Did I just burst his bubble? Oh my God, 5080 Ti officially announced. I didn't even see that. That is very telling to them so soon after the 5080. Yes, because they realised they effed up. They realised, oh, actually, we are greedy after all. We just realised that. And oh, AMD will be sneaking right up our backsides with their top mid-range cards trying to get close to us. So yes, that'll be interesting. Speaking of AMD though, Ryzen 9 9950 X3D and the 9900 X3D surfaces up on a Geekbench, revealing impressive single core performance reviews. Now, we're grateful for Taro giving us his ultra geeky inside because I thought I could be a bit of a geek, and then this guy's going on about CCDs and I'm trying to figure out what this acronym means, and I'm getting some weird, inappropriate responses back from Google. So I'm glad that he told me, no, that's, you don't want to be getting these cards or these chips, Trev, because the 3D cache has got to be across both of them to get your gaming value out of them, your gaming performance. And one of the CCDs on these cards, these chips, doesn't come with X3D cache on it, which means it's not going to be great for gamers. It is going to be great for people that multitask a lot. So Gray potentially would suit him if he was, doing that. I know he's not looking to upgrade, but that would be for him because it's like 12 and 16 cores respectively. You're getting higher clocks as well. This is what I was dreaming for, Gray. This is what I wanted with the 9800 X3D. Instead of boosting to 5.2, these are boosting to like as high as 5.7 and probably higher with overclocking. I mean, don't get me wrong, I could buy one of these cards and it'll be very close to the 9800 X3D. It's what you pay for it. So it might be the same or it might be a tiny bit faster, but then you're maybe paying $100 or $200 more for the chip. You wouldn't do that. That's just silly. So that's when Tar was like, stick to the 9800. It is the best bang for your buck for gaming at the moment. It still leads the charts for now. But these are coming out and basically smashing the competition up for the kind of higher end, the multimedia, the content creator side of things. And I will be excited to see everyone test them in depth, all the usual suspects, and watch the reviews, because I do like some competition. Although I probably won't buy this. Matt, what are you running at the moment? What's your specs of your machine again? Like your GPU and CPU again?
My GPU is the same as your man there.
Peasant.
Yeah. Mine is this super overclock peasant edition.
Super overclock peasant edition. Yeah, okay.
Nvidia will steal that and go with that. You know they will.
Yeah, absolutely.
SOPE. Is that what that's?
Yeah. Or
SOCP.
The melting soap. That's it. I've got a 12th gen i9 12900. Not the overclocked one or anything, just the basic one, because I didn't see the point of it. And now I actually want to change that. I want to change that to get at least the 14th gen, because that's compatible with my motherboard. But that's for another 400 quid. So it's like maybe, I don't know.
You've got the last great Intel chip, mate. The 13th is good, but it's power hungry as hell. And the 14th gen is pretty much a copy and paste of the 13, but they've boosted it up a little bit higher. I wouldn't get the 14 unless you get a good price in it, mate.
Yeah, I mean, what's it, 400, I think? And you get, what's it, overclock of 6.2 on there. So I was just like, ooh.
You're not going to get an AMD 9800 X3D and join the club. I've joined the dark side, mate. You coming?
I might. Especially
it's the best for gaming.
Yeah,
it's better than a 14900.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, tempted, very tempted. What else have I got? The 12900, 32 gig RAM of the Corsairs Platinum Dominators.
Are you DDR5 or
7,000 hertz?
Oh, you're 5 then. You're DDR5, yeah.
Yeah, DDR5, yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, so I got news on the old RAM there as well coming up.
You do? You have some.
I want to buy more RAM as well, because there's never enough RAM.
I'd be honest.
But no, the Grays.
I love RAM.
No, wait, come on, right? Grays get 64.
I tried to download more on Google.
You try to download more RAM. There's where you went wrong, my man. There's where you went wrong. Downloading RAM.
Is tough,
that doesn't work.
No, I've tried several times. It doesn't seem to work.
Yeah.
You crack me up. And
I got the Z790 Strix Asus motherboard.
Is it blown up or melted yet?
No, that was doing well. And I've only got the the passive cooler that came with the.
You have an air cooler.
I have an air cooler, and it's doing okay.
What you have an air cooler? Seriously?
Yeah, and it's not.
Bye. He's gone. He's just that's it.
Well, what happened?
I can't have anyone on the show that does air cooling. I'm sorry, that's just pathetic. I'm only kidding, Matt. I'm only kidding. I basically just hid him for a moment because I was disgusted that he's running air cooling.
I thought his connection gave out. I was going to go like, oh no.
Yeah, the PC just went. Yeah, but I did the temps on there, and it's not even reaching high temps at all. I think I've got maximum 50. Well, on there, and it's
I
like,
joke,
wow.
right, and I jest, and you probably don't. You probably just need normal, good air cooling because you're not got the clock. You don't have the K chip. You have the non-K chip, which means you can't overclock it even if you wanted to, and it doesn't need. What's that? I can't remember what it runs at on a boost.
3.2.
No, that'll be the standard. The boost will be like 5 point something.
Nah, not on the basic. No,
on the 1200. The boost that'll be 5 something. I'm telling you, man.
No.
Somebody Google it for me. You Google it, Matt. The 12900 non-K. What does it boost to? That's its standard clock, mate. I'm telling you. But anyway, yes. So, these chips are kind of exciting. It's funny. Gray gave me a line to read out in the notes, but what he didn't realise was it was the exact same fucking information and notes I already had. So I've opened the book to them and I went, I've got deja vu. Oh, it's the same thing. I've got the same thing, Gray. I think. Huh? Never mind. Go back to sleep.
My Ryzen article was redundant. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it was the same as me. It was the exact same as me. It was the same article, the exact same website as well. So yeah.
The title was different though.
Regardless, anyway, I'm looking forward to these new chips. Anyway, not for me, but it will suit some people. To be fair, did you get anywhere, Matt? Did it tell
5.1.
There you go. That's more like even in my. This is what happens when you get see when you get the K version. I can overclock to 5.2 all cores. and I'm on i9 9900. Is yours the i9 or the i7?
i9.
Oh, okay. I was about to kick you off the stream again.
I have the
i5.
I have i7 13700K.
Yeah, but I recommended that for Gray, to be
fair.
I was like, you don't need an i9.
Just before we learned that the chips burn out and rust and
along with the GPUs.
Do you smell smoke coming from Gray's PC, specifically the CPU, Matt?
I can't knock it. It's been doing fine. My little problem was again the RAM, so that's why I upgraded another 32. So I'm doing 64 because I've been doing so much editing with Adobe Premiere. It was wanting more, so I just said, heck with it. Once I put it in, now it's definitely picked up. So I'm good.
Here's what you maybe don't realize as well: Windows will use more RAM if you give it more RAM.
Yeah.
So you've literally, Windows has got the digital equivalent of an excited thing, if you know what I mean, because you've gave it more RAM. It's I'm going to use more.
The cool thing on Adobe Premiere is you can actually assign how much RAM you want it to use, and it can keep it that way. So I can actually go in there and tell it to use whatever I want, and it'll take priority. So that's always cool.
But like a lady who never listens.
Right, okay, we'll crack on. People. That is the hardware.
I'm not doing crack, just cracking on. Just so you know the difference.
That sounds even worse, I think. Matt, you have some tech news for us, including some DDR6 RAM. And I've just got bloody DDR5. God damn it, Matt.
I know.
Come on, man.
I got 6 in mine too. Mine is 6000, and it's overclocking desktop gaming memory.
Yeah, I have DDR5, mate. You don't have DDR6.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I have DDR5. That's true. 6000 though. Megahertz. Yeah.
Mine's 7,000.
Yeah, mine's 7,000, but I have to go into the BIOS now and then to make sure it does that.
I can overclock mine, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
To overclock yours, you'll get a heart attack, mate. You're too old for overclocking.
It's designed for it, though. I just never messed with it.
Yeah. Make sure you set it up because it actually makes a difference. It really does. It? Yeah.
I'll wait for you guys to show me.
I've done mine on my BIOS.
Go into the BIOS and turn on XMP.
MP, yeah.
And then save it. It is piss easy.
I'll wait for you guys before
it'll show you your hertz, and then just pick the one that you have, save it. Perfect.
Yeah, but see, as long as I have you guys while I'm doing it, then that way if it goes wrong, I can blame you.
Absolutely. I don't expect anything less from someone that still runs a bloody trackball.
Yeah, I blame the trackball. If something happens, it's the trackball.
The best.
He clicked on the wrong thing.
I'm an expert because I've had one for so long.
Right, Matt.
Yeah, especially if you've got the shakes. Anyways, Apple.
You put your ball away.
Yeah. Put those balls where you. Yeah, bro. Put Hitler's ball back.
Yeah, Hitler's ball back. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So Apple accelerates shift to in-house components. So there you go. Phasing out Broadcom's Wi-Fi chips in the iPhone 17s when they come out. So Apple, from February 20th, have decided to accelerate its transition to in-house hardware components, according to the international securities analyst.
Trying to get around the tariffs.
Yeah. The tech giant plans to replace Broadcom's Wi-Fi chips with its own in-house chips across all iPhone 17 models. The move follows Apple's recent decision to use their own modem chip, the C1, in the incoming iPhone 16e will be the first one to get it, instead of relying on Qualcomm. Cure's latest research indicates that while only the slim iPhone 17 models will feature this C1 CT. I need one of them.
We didn't hear that last line, Matt. You got too quiet. I'll say that. Yeah, because
the move follows Apple's recent decisions to move its own microchip of the C1 into its oncoming iPhone 16es.
By the way, are they calling all their new chips app chips? I mean, they should. Would really,
Apple chips. Yeah, freeze dries those Qualcomms. There you go. Yeah, so iPhone 17 models will feature the new Apple C1 modems. They'll incorporate in-house Wi-Fi chips. This shift is expected to enhance connectivity and reduce costs for them. So there you go. Although Apple will continue to operate under license agreements with third-party suppliers for certain patented components, for such. So there you go. So much for the rights to repair for when it comes to Wi-Fi chips on these machines.
If they're going totally in-house, then they should lower the price of the phones, right?
They should do, yeah. I think it lowers it for them, but I don't think it's going to lower. Yeah,
but
there we
make
go.
More profit, and we of course pay whatever.
I was going to say to you, Matt, for a moment, I was going to say, like, what is this got to do with gaming or hardware?
It's
or
hardware. It's a new chip.
And then, because we are PC and PC and gaming and whatnot, I was like, what's this got to do with it? And then I realised, wait, I realised I was talking about a Pixar lamp at the start, so I'll let you off for that one.
Yeah. And an alarm bloody clock that can radio.
Look, my
Nintendo though. Gaming.
My phone becomes. You got to look at it this way. The phone.
I'll turn my eyes back on if you're not careful.
The iPhone is really a PC. I mean, it's a PC in your hand, so it makes sense.
Oh, there's a lot of Windows people. There's a lot of Apple people just thrown up and getting pissed off at you trying to compare that to PC, man. What have you just done?
I'll take a picture of my screen, and that'll qualify as
the movie Civil War is actually going to happen for real now. Like, considering America loves the iPhone, and you just literally pissed so many people off. Graves responsible for America going to war.
Now I've had an iPhone
but
since
there is
iPhone
good
3,
news.
So.
Yeah. There is good news. Apple is, they don't support Windows, but you can actually hold a door open with them.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh no!
I put an Apple iPhone underneath my Windows all the time to prop up.
And they make great trays when you're bringing coffee around.
Oh no!
They're coasters, in other words.
Gray needs to put in some tumbleweed music or something around about then, or sound effects.
Yeah.
I'll have the drum.
Yeah.
Oh. Anyway.
I know. Sorry.
I'll come up with something. Don't worry.
Yeah, I won't do any more Apple jokes.
Please don't.
As many as you want.
Just in case you can't bite it.
I'll edit something in there. I just won't tell you what it'll be.
What's this DDR RAM? DDR6 RAM.
So, more tech news. There you go. DDR6 RAM, a game changer in memory technology.
Now we're talking.
I need that so I can bloody remember things.
I need a new motherboard.
Absolutely. I need one of them too. And a CPU. Anyways, maybe that quantum chip will do me. February 20th, 2025. Today we dive into an exciting development in memory technology with a DDR6, which should be released at the end of this year, or maybe the beginning 2 months maybe of 2026, which promises revolutionized computing with unprecedented speed.
I know you mean.
With un-Trump speed and efficiency.
Yeah.
There we go. So the first draft of the DDR6 standard is likely to finalize in around up to probably by March, paving the way for a release for the end of this year, early 2026.
I think they're late on the DDR6, right? Because I remember them saying it was going to be out like considerably before this. But...
yeah, it's supposed to be. Because it's only been recent that they did DDR5 and they're actually gone into this.
Give me the speeds, man. Give me the speeds. That's what I'm interested in.
Okay, the RAM boasts a remarkable speeds of 17,000 MTs meta transfers per second, which is a substantial leap from the current DDR5 standards, capped at 6,400 MTs. In addition to the speed, DDR6 will feature 4 memory channels per module, effectively doubling the number of channels compared to DDR5. This enhancement will allow for smoother multitasking, enable systems to handle more applications like Star Citizen simultaneously without performance drops. Furthermore, it is also designed to operate at lower voltages, improving power efficiency and reducing consumption as well.
To keep the heat down too.
Yeah, absolutely. There, so you might need to do your heaters again for this one. But get a GPU.
I need a new motherboard?
Yeah,
do I need one for this, or is it a new standard?
So, I think you might do. Yeah. There's no news for that as of yet, I can tell. So, the impact they have for multitasking and gaming, I can do that one for you. Where it brings a host of benefits, speed, including the additional memory channels, of course, to make it smoother for you there. Blah, blah, blah. Potential applications that we can use it for includes artificial intelligence. Yeah, which
naturally.
I think there's a lot of work going towards AI, especially with another company. So it's also good for machine learning and scientific research, which enhances the performance and efficiency for that as well, including a better battery life and overall system responsiveness. Yeah, there you go. So yeah.
Okay. I like new components. I like new technologies. I feel like, in fact, I'm sure PCI Express 6.0 standard was finalized or close to being finalized a while back, but they're not going to bother rushing it out because PCI Express 5.0 is barely taken off. So we've only got one graphics card that can actually support it at the moment, and even then, it's hard to kind of get in anywhere close to maximizing the speed, the potential of that. So interesting. Okay, Mr. Gray, you have some game news for us. Please take it away, good man.
It's time for game news.
Yeah, some game news. This is something that we were hearing about, but I didn't think was going to happen, and that's Hogwarts Legacy, which is a great game. I loved it when it came out, finished the whole thing. Excellent game, did very well. And at the time, people were asking whether they would ever see any DLC, and they were saying pretty much no. But apparently that's all changed over time, and they are going to release a DLC for the original game, Hogwarts Legacy. They said that supposedly it's going to come out sometime around 2025, they're thinking. Probably pay between $20 and $30 for it, but because of that price, they're going to probably make it a good, long DLC, not something just short and be over with. So a lot of people are looking forward to that. I know I'll be looking forward to it. I know all of the Harry Potter type fans will be looking forward to it as well. So that's coming in 2025. But the other news that was kind of neat, that we all kind of knew this was going to happen, is Hogwarts Legacy 2 is on the books, and so that will be coming out. So look for that. That's going to be quite some time. Probably in at least 2 years or more from now. I know that I believe they're working on it, but there's no dates or anything like that. So we will have to settle, which will be fine for the DLC that'll come out, and then we'll hang in there for the Hogwarts Legacy 2. Did you guys play that game at all?
No.
Either one of you?
I've heard good things. A lot of people that I know played it, and they said it was amazing. But for me, I was just like, no, I'm not really into waving wands.
Grown man running about.
Yeah, with
wands and stuff. You should be locked up.
It's really good. I mean, it really is. And I'm not an avid Potter fan. I mean, I like it for sure. But I'm not going to, I don't get into the hyper lore and all that stuff and know 50 questions about, about Potter and what he does and how he goes to pot and everything else. But I got that in there. But the game itself was really, really good. So I'm looking forward to see what happens.
On the DLC.
Sorry?
Is there any chance in the Harry Potter DLC that you can at least pay to win by buying? Could Harry, basically Harry Potter himself, ever own any kind of gun or an AK-47 or something potentially?
There was actually there was a mod. I believe there's a mod out there.
I knew that.
I know. People always do goofy things like that with mods. Some mods are funny, some mods are very good, and other ones are goofy. But I'm almost positive I saw a video, and all they did was they replaced the wands in their hands with a gun instead, and it did look really weird. I mean, because you're not used to seeing that. I mean, they don't mess with guns. Did it
fire out magic or bullets?
I can't remember. I thought it was bullets,
and
I was going like, "Whoa,
bullets are magic." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that was kind of that's kind of like Thomas Tank Engine mods, right? Where they stick that in there and stuff everywhere. I think there's a Thomas Tank Engine mod for so many games. It's like crazy. It's funny though. In any case, that's that on that. And then the next little piece is something interesting. It's basically says Steam doubles down on a 5-year-old rule. I didn't even know this was that old. On developers should not utilize paid advertising as a business model in their game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So essentially what Steam is saying is that, and we've seen a little bit of this, we talked about it a couple months ago, And that is, if you have a game, we'll throw GTA out there just for an example, and they want to feature, or let's say Coca-Cola comes along and says, well, we want to be part of your game. Can we do a product placement within the game? And so they would do a 6-pack of Coke, or they're drinking Coke bottle, whatever. And that's just another way for them to make money off the game. But apparently Steam said 5 years ago that they won't allow that, and now they're coming out and being more forceful about it. Some of the companies are thinking like, oh, you're springing this on us now, and they said, no, it's always been there.
Yeah.
And now we're just going to let you know that, we're going to start enforcing it. So that's going to be kind of interesting, because that's something I think that was going to happen, is going to happen, will happen. And I don't know how you're going to keep it from not happening. But the thing is that when Steam tells you that you can't do it, you kind of got to listen, because they're the big dog on the block when it comes to, selling games. So I'm really not sure how that's going to work out in the long run. But since they hold almost a monopoly on a lot of this stuff, they're going to have to do something different, or they're going to have to create maybe the product to look like a Coke bottle, but not necessarily say Coke, but get the closest to it as they can.
Like Daisy, not a cola.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Now, again, I don't know what a Steam will do. Maybe they won't fall for that one. But yeah, they're going to do it. I mean, we know that microtransactions have calmed quite a bit down, and that makes sense. Everybody was for that. When we were talking about it, all of us months ago, I had mentioned that I don't mind seeing a product placement if the product placement will keep the prices of the games down. Yes. Then I'm all for it. So if you, not that I want to see a high proliferation, I don't want to see like a Coke ad, a Coke bottle, a Coke car, a Coke tires, Coke pencils, you know what I'm saying? But
nothing intrusive.
Yeah, exactly. But within reason, if they put it in there, and the revenues will increase greatly, I'm sure, for them. Yeah. And that could keep the cost of the game down to its level of $60 or whatever. Yeah, fine. But the thing is, they're gonna do it to make profit, and they're still gonna raise the price of the game. So that would be no. But that's the only time I would agree. But apparently, Steam's gonna clamp down and say, no, sorry, you're not gonna do it. What do you guys think about that? I mean, good, bad, doesn't matter.
As you said, I wouldn't mind if it costs for us, because we have to deal with those advertisements there, even though it's non-intrusive that way. I can just imagine some games where you stop the gameplay and then an ad comes up. That would be just absolutely ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that would be.
That would be like, I'm not.
Imagine you're about to kill the boss right at the end, and it goes, "We'll be back after a quick commercial break."
Man. Yeah. Four 20-second long lumen adverts like you get on YouTube or whatever.
For Prime, even though you paid for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we'll give the abs now.
You know what it'd be? You'd be sitting there fighting a boss, and you're down to the last little part on his health bar, and they cut out right there to a commercial.
Yeah.
Well, now resume your battle with the boss.
Yeah. Yeah, that I would not be into at all. I do understand it. I'm kind of happy that Steam are doing it in that retrospect, that, a lot of these games do the advertisements for pay to win, loot crates, all that type of stuff. Shark cards for Rockstar themselves. But yeah. Other than that,
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of. I can't tell you what game it was. I do remember playing one game, or it was a video of a game where I saw some kind of product placement, and I was noticing. But other than that fleeting time I saw something, I haven't really seen anything.
Me neither.
In any games, have you? I mean, so they really haven't started doing it. But I guess Steam is putting the foot down for them not to even start doing it.
Yeah.
Let alone anything else.
Yeah,
I mean, they put their name on the I mean, why don't they just do the name branding thing? Like you could sell, again, I'll use GTA as an example, but they could sell the game or whatever and have like, Coca-Cola presents, GTA 6 or something, because that's not that obtrusive, and again, that could help.
And they got the radio channels in the cars anyway that you can listen, to some adverts, I guess,
Yeah, that'd be funny. You're in Far Cry and you put the radio on, all of a sudden it's like Coca-Cola. Well, try the new cherry Coke.
There we go.
I'm glad Steam are banning this. Good for you, Valve. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm glad they came out now and did it, because if they had not done that and they had been doing placement and making money, it would have been a hard time for them to say, no, now you can't do it. So I think they kind of cut it off at the pass right away, and just to let everybody know up front.
Do you think other developers will follow suit? Do you think, or launchers?
Well, as long as now Valve has come out and said this, it's kind of like they're the gold standard. So I'll guarantee you, there's a bunch of people out there now. They read this article, they're going, "Damn, I had," because they all had plans. The companies had plans for this and how much they could make, and all the bean counters were looking into all the profit that can be done, and all of a sudden Valve goes, "No," and so they're all going to go, "Oh crap." We'll have to think of something else. Anyway, next story was NetEase, which is the developer for Marvel Rivals. Now, Marvel Rivals is doing really well. In fact, it's even doing better than they thought. I haven't played the game, but I heard it's excellent, and then people are really getting into it. But this story I really felt bad about, because apparently, even though as well as the game is doing, and it is doing real well, they decided to fire people anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wait a minute, and it's a free to play game, yes, but they've made 136 million so far by estimate, which is still way early because the game didn't come out that long ago. And basically, these are very talented people that helped them put the game together, and they basically just said like, well, we don't need you now, bye. So I'm like, nah, you gotta be kidding me. So I did a little research because I wanted to find out if this is happening more often, and apparently, even though it's not widespread, it's happening all around. People, even if you have a great game, like they're mentioning that Hi-Fi, I forget the rest of the name of the game is.
Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah, they said that was a very good and profitable game, and they said that they just got rid of those people too. So no one is safe whether the game is bad or good, apparently.
It's a harsh industry. I think it's always been.
It's really
kind
harsh,
of that way. Yeah.
The numbers, and I'll put it up on the video edit, but the numbers by month are rather they get a little staggering after a while. You see some that don't look like much, and then all of a sudden you see some months where there's so much that they've done and so much that they've gotten rid of. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So that was really kind of disheartening. You would think that, well, you obviously want to keep the team together if they did so well, and it's like, no. So it's a shame, but it seems to be something that's happening a lot, and that kind of plays into what we'll get to either later or in another episode of how games are boring and or are lackluster, and why and how and what's been going on, and is it something that's been happening on purpose, or something that's happening because it's just attrition? Who knows? But we'll get into all that as we go along. But in any case, that's pretty much it for my game news. I think Trev's got some more.
Another good reason for pre-recording shows that we'll have a bit more time and attention to do things like specials, like I see across the internet all the time. Like the fact one of the videos Grace sent out of the two was talking about this particular subject, which we'll give our spin on as well, of course. Right, yeah, I do have some interesting, juicy game news, to be fair, lads. We have been talking about GTA 6 a bit in the past, but I'm going to go a little bit back to GTA 5. Even though it's a really old game, there is going to be some updates for it for the PC. The PC is getting some love, which you'll be glad to hear. And this came out of the blue for me, to be fair, considering it's just around the corner. On March the 4th, GTA 4 for the PC will get a free upgrade, which will introduce ray-traced global illumination, so your shinies, and ambient occlusion, which is another shiny. Nvidia DLSS 3, no sign of 4.0, and maybe because this has been in the works for a while, they hadn't factored that in. So I don't know how difficult or easy it is to upgrade that, but they're not doing it. So yeah, it is what it is. Also AMD FSR 1 to 3 supported, and then it just says more. So I'm glad, because if you've got a high-end machine, GTA is never going to look so good in its existence. So this is encouraging. And I was considering playing GTA 5 on the PS5 Pro, the PS5 version, because it runs pretty well. Just one of these games that you can sit on your couch with a controller and relax, But I might have to crack it out again in the PC and play it there, because I've only ever started GTA 5, never completed it, not even close. So how do you boys beat GTA 5?
Completed it. Did a lot online. Did a few mods on there as well. Did a bit of is it 5M as well?
You done the
doing
story,
the role
yeah?
play.
Story's done.
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The story.
Right?
Yeah.
I played the game some and don't like it. Don't care if I get back to it. So that kind of tells you how much I think about it.
So you wouldn't play GTA 6 then? This is because you didn't really like 5?
I originally would have said that I'm not going to play it because I wasn't thrilled with 5, and a lot of the stuff that happens in 5 I don't really care about. But because it's been such a long time, I'll probably try it, and maybe if it's not what I'm thinking, I might stick with it perhaps. But if you're gonna stick me right to it, I would say no at this point. But we'll see. I'll probably at least dabble.
So you only get the new game because of FOMO? Then is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I just don't like. I don't like the what would you call it? I don't like the content in the game. I mean, heisting cars, yeah, so what? Robbing banks, yeah, so what? And other stuff that they do like that.
Robbing banks, so what? What?
None of the stuff that I've seen in GTA 5 is exciting to me. It's almost like taking real life stuff in the news and creating a game about it, which is okay. That's fine because some people really love that, and that's cool. More power to them. Obviously, they do quite well, but to me, it's uninteresting. I'd sooner go for a sci-fi, fantasy, FPS, la 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 kind of game that I really would like than to sit there and go work in what seems to be too much real life.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Who cares about a real life game? And there is some games out there. That's why I like oh shoot, what was the game I think that you like, Trev? Okay. So Senua, is it Senua Hellblade? You've heard of that one?
Hellblade 2.
Yeah, right. So the first one and the second one I won't play either because it's too real life. It's too getting into the mental health aspects of stuff. And hey, look, I talk to a psychiatrist every 2 or 3 weeks. Mental health is very important. Matt knows about all this stuff, so that's all wonderful. But I don't want to play a game that focuses on all that. I'm not there for that. I'm there for an escape. So I'm gonna, if I'm gonna have to have and as good as the game may be, and I'm not knocking it, if I'm gonna look at that and I'm gonna look at a game like Doom or something like that, dude, I'm going towards Doom and a lot of other games way before I go for that game. And and that's just me. But if it helps people, and I heard it has helped a lot of people, great. I think that's wonderful. But not for me. So there you go.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, if they have a Star Wars mod and they put it on GTA 6, I might look into it.
Yeah, there you go.
How random. Okay.
Terminator. They did a survival mod on GTA 5.
Did they?
Yeah. I tried that a few times. I think it crashed because it was a bit early on, but I haven't actually tried it since then. But
I wonder if they're going to do it in the new one. I haven't heard word one about that.
Yeah, it's probably too soon to even know if they're going to mod that or how it's going to go.
Well, GTA 5 had mods, right?
It did, yeah, through 5M.
But it was also multiplayer. So
you got some are multiplayer, yeah.
So you couldn't do the mod part if you were multiplayer? Or?
Yeah, so you can do. So 5M do the multiplayer mods, RPG style game, roleplay games like LFPD and all that stuff.
But were there mods on GTA 5 that actually transformed the game, though?
Yes, yeah, there was.
Like even though I'm being funny, I mean like transformed into Star Wars.
Possibly not Star Wars, but they did do a zombie one, zombie apocalyptic survival. Part of it. They have done police, fire, emergency services mod on there, so you can just go around doing that.
To me, if they came up with a mod that was, again, maybe I'm exaggerating with Star Wars, but the point is that if they came up with a mod where it would transform the game into something different, I probably would go for it because it would be something cool, something different, not like real life stuff. That's a lot of the reasons why it's just me, but we're like on television. I won't just go out of my way to watch a cop show or a show about firemen, and I respect them to the hilt. But as far as a show, I don't want to see a real life show about policemen and firemen. I'm sorry, it's just like I get enough of that. I can just a normal life. So why would I want to watch it on television? And yet, those programs are highly successful. Just like GTA is highly successful. So float your boat, man. Whatever it is.
Anyway, the other interesting thing was maybe I missed the memo on this one, that Cyberpunk 2 was going to be a thing. Pretty much, Cyberpunk 2077.
I heard rumors, but I didn't think it was a real.
Yeah, thing. I don't even know if they've ever officially announced it, but what kind of gives it away is there was been rumors for a little while, comments even from CD Projekt Red about what was happening here, but they have been putting posts out for new people to join their team rather than actually sacking people. They're trying to get people on board, which is good.
Everybody's just been sacked. You know where to go now.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you want to move to Poland, move to Poland, not a problem at all. That's where CD Projekt Red are located. No biggie. Work in close collaboration with the systems design team to create the most realistic and reactive crowd system in any game to date. So that just screams Cyberpunk 2 to me, because they're always trying to move the envelope with that one, and I'm not really surprised. What you eating, Gray? Can I have a bit?
Cheese wheels.
Is it a cheese wheel? You're going to turn into a cheese wheel, and I'll be rolling you ready from the airport. Well, that's what I'll be doing. I knew it, man. You're going to turn into one.
Baby Bell.
Where's Coco, the clown? I mean, the dog. She always wants some.
But the dog, she's right there.
Ah, she's slithering after something.
Dogs have hypersonic hearing, so all I did was barely touch the plastic on the outside, and immediately she's there. It's like, man, it's like, that's fast.
What, from another room?
Oh yeah, she's across the house, man. If she knows here, I mean, dogs between their smell and their ears, they got us beat by miles. Definitely. So they can hear stuff and smell stuff. I mean, it's just amazing. You know, I kid around with her. Like, sometimes I try to walk into my room. I know she's on the other side of the house. I'll walk really quietly, pick something up that I'm going to eat really quietly, come into my room. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm as quiet as a mouse, and I'm just ever so slowly opening up something to see. Oh my God, she's there within seconds. I mean, seconds, man. It's just like that. You can't fool her. And I'm just sitting there going, like, I'm done, man. You're a crypto. I don't know what the story is.
Well, anyway, moving on from Cyberpunk news, I'm not really surprised by that, but the first one
I kind of am, because Cyberpunk 1, they've tried to fix a lot of issues with their graphically
and they have
gameplay,
and they did.
They've gone through it.
It's like No Man's Sky. They fixed everything.
Well,
I'm actually almost thinking about going back to try to play it after all these years.
It's massively successful now. The Phantom Liberty DLC was huge as well.
That was good.
It's still a major benchmarking game when it comes to new everything coming out to do with games, consoles, and PCs. Yes, they messed up at the start, but they did fix it. To be fair,
who doesn't? Yeah, that's the beginning. Yeah.
Well, let's all take a guess now when Cyberpunk 2 will come out. It'll be a long time.
2027.
But they haven't announced it, so like they're in they can bring it out whenever they want.
They got Witcher 4, so that's like 2027 or something, or later.
They haven't led us down the garden path by saying about it in this day, or even giving us. They haven't even officially announced it, so fair. I'm not going to have a go at that. A bunch of games coming out for either free or Game Pass. The February PlayStation Plus extra games, like their Game Pass. The reason I don't always shout these out, because not everyone has it, not everyone's interested in the console side of things. There is a bunch of games in this, but the one I wanted to mention, which if you've got the pass, you can play for free if you've got the pass, which is Star Wars Jedi Survival. Was that the recent one that flopped, or was that the one before it, Matt?
Jedi Survivor? That was the last two were Jedi Survivor. There was 1 and 2.
Yeah, that didn't flop, did it?
They're popular.
They were good. Called?
Yeah, they flopped on PC because the port is shit.
Yeah,
Can I have the title of the last Star Wars game, please?
Yeah,
Outlaws was the last Star Wars.
Jedi, Outlaws was absolute shit. That shouldn't even exist. That doesn't exist. I don't know what you're on about. What
was the Survival like?
Survivor. What was Jedi Survivor?
Any good?
That was good. I played all the way through that.
Was it dodgy? I liked it. Well, was it smooth?
It was smooth.
What was the name of the Jedi? The name of the Jedi is popular.
Cal Kestis.
That's it.
Yeah. He was actually a good character in that. I mean, even from the first one, it resonated with quite a few people, especially in the second one as well. They had a good cast. on the second one.
I'll tell you though, the PC port was awful. I tried playing that game,
and
I'm trying to like just do simple stuff, and I'm looking like an idiot trying falling off things. It was bad.
I had to put it on low settings to actually get through half of the stuff there, which is a shame because with the cutscenes, there's a lot of Darth Vader in there that you are interacting with, including other naughties. Some quite comical, which is fantastic that they actually put stuff in there.
All right, so this one's a bit better.
It is good. Spy Resistance 2 is good. Yeah, Outlaws doesn't exist.
I'm going to recommend a game that's not great, and I apologize why. I'll explain in a moment. It's actually a good franchise, but the last game wasn't so good, and that is Wolfenstein Youngblood. Now, if you're a diehard Wolfenstein fan, play it because you love Wolfenstein, but you might find that Gray and I did, and I think Matt's played it as well, that it's nowhere near as good. It's like a comedy. It doesn't feel or look like a Wolfenstein game, which is a shame. But give it a try for yourself because it is. It's on. Hang on a sec. Sorry guys, it's on Amazon Prime. So it's free if you've got Amazon Prime. Both on
Xbox and PC.
Bin it.
It's not even good enough free, to be honest.
There you go. So they don't like it. I don't like it either, but it's my duty to kind of.
Well, the thing I was angry about that game more than anything else is it effectively killed the Wolfenstein franchise because they never made another.
It's not been another one since years later. So
so they never bothered to make a game after that. That was the end of it. So if it had been good, we would still see Wolfenstein games today. Now it's like, I wish they would revamp the franchise and bring it back because it was good.
Yeah, just reboot it or do remasters of
Wolfenstein.
Because do one of you guys have this? I don't think anyone had that noted down, but there was something I read about. Was it Sony or someone else basically admitting? Yeah, it was Sony. We will continue bringing out remasters because it helps fund our next big IP games that come out. And at least they were honest. Like, listen, you could get mad at them for that, but I can respect their honesty for saying, listen, Days Gone remaster came out. The game is 4 years old, if that, and there's a remaster coming out for it, and you're like, what? The last version already had a PS5 patch for it. So now we'll get PS5 Pro patch. There's very little difference between them, like I discussed in last week's pod. But they're doing that to try and fund some extra pennies. And I know this because not only did they confirm it, but that game was free to play during the stay-at-home campaign that Sony done during the COVID period. It was how I got to play it, which I absolutely adored. And they were saying if you've got the game, you pay $10, £10 more, you get the patch for just tenner, and that's a bargain. But if you got it through the Play at Home campaign that we had back in the day, it's not eligible. You will have to pay more for it. Even though Horizon Zero Dawn, that upgrade that they had a Horizon Zero Dawn from Sony. Yeah, but that was eligible. The Stay at Home from 2020 was eligible for that, but not this one because they've realised, listen, we need to make money through remasters. People will pay it. So this remaster's $50.
Wow,
$50?
Jeez, I hope they add extra to it.
Wow.
But what is a? Look at it this way, right? Look at the bigger picture. That is expensive, but a AAA title for a console is $80. So you're actually paying a third less, approximately, man. So it's still a lot, but
how much was the Pro?
You're getting a whole brand new game plus all the bells and whistles. A Pro, oh God, what did I pay for my Pro's expensive, mate. It's a good chunk over the normal one. It's like I want to say, I don't know actually. Google it for me. 600.
I think it was about 700 or 800, wasn't it?
It was 700. It was over.
And then they had the limited edition one as well.
$680 in the UK and $700. No, $700, £700. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
And they want to make money from 50 quid.
You could get PS5 Slim digital for like 400. Maybe less actually, 350 during the sales.
Yeah, I think it was 350.
Yeah, I'm not a big console guy, but at the same time, $80 is too expensive. Period.
For a digital game as well.
So even saying that a remake at 50 is not expensive because you're comparing it to 80, to me is still
buy it.
People will still buy it for an old game, even though
people still buy it. The cheap way around it is to get a second-hand disc for like 20 quid, which I've seen. Pay the tenner to upgrade. £30 is better than 50.
That's it.
I would have paid the tenner extra had the stay-at-home campaign been eligible for Days Gone, but it's not. I'm not paying for it again because I very, very rarely go back and play games I've played in the past, especially like first-player games. Like COD doesn't count; it's an ongoing, you're always playing it type game. I will not pay that amount of money for a game that I've already played, even though it's one of my best games of all time. It's my top 10. Days Gone. It's that good. Which I actually heard. Side tangent. Ben Studios. It's a Sony studio. We thought Sony canned the second, the sequel to that, considering how popular the first one ended up being. Rumor had it was actually Ben Studio that decided they didn't want to actually do a follow-up. And I was like, are you guys mad? That game was phenomenal in the end. It had problems at the start, which was a big part of it. Like it had some technical issues, and they've managed to fix them and straighten them out. I am disappointed, Ben Studio. We're talking about GTA before. GTA 6 on PC. GTA 6 on PC is...
We bought it for you.
Is going to be a thing for PC at some point, probably. The CEO of Take-Two, who own Rockstar, were basically heavily hinting at it. And then I read another article a matter of days ago that said, this is someone in the industry that said they expect the PC version to come out early 2026. Which would be phenomenal.
They're talking 6 months or something after the...
Within 6 months max. So that means it would be out by the end of the first quarter of 2026, which is phenomenal.
I might need a console.
So you know why they're doing that? Because they heard us on the podcast say that it was really stupid to wait 2 years.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you, people. Thank you.
No, but technically, even though it wasn't our podcast, many people thought that, and I think they finally kind of caved and said, okay. Because
you could say they caved. If they hadn't even started working on it, great. It doesn't matter if they cave or not. If they've no content to actually put out, they can't put it out. But if they've got it almost ready, which it sounds like they do if it's out within 6 months after, then they had been working on it and they've just moved the window up, or just revealed what it would be. Well, actually, no one's revealed it. It's a rumor, isn't it? But that would be phenomenal because GTA was at 4 was a 2-year wait between console and PC. They've always done this. And GTA 5 was a 1-year wait between. I might be wrong on that. I think it was 1 week.
GTA 4 that came out around the time Pong came out, right, or something.
They do. I can't remember. 2013 for 5. Yeah. 2013 for 5. This is the biggest wait we've ever had for a new GTA. 12 years. That is the longest wait we've ever had. It's always been a lot quicker in between GTA releases, but then we know how long games take and how much money they take these days, so it's kind of ridiculous. Moving on from that, we're almost there at the end. I found this amusing, and I'm not allowed to play clips anymore because Uncle Gray gets upset, but Gray will put it into the video edit.
It'll all be in there.
There's always collaborations between Call of Duty and big popular franchises. And the latest latest franchise that COD are entertaining is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles as known in the UK, because Ninja was too aggressive apparently, which cracked me up.
But that's
changed that from the UK. Yeah, we used to have TMNT.
TMNT everywhere now. I think the UK has realised that. Come on, grow a bloody set of balls, man. It's all good. No one's going to go out and kill anyone because we put the word ninja in there. The clip is a very small clip, a minute and a bit, but it's basically in the middle of a war zone, and the turtles pop their head up from the sewer and say something about trying to grab a gun and it being totally tubular or something, and it's funny. So Gray will stick that in.
Pop the lid! Pop the lid!
Hang on! I want to try my hydraulic wedge.
Move, I'll do it.
Quietly, guys.
Whoa! Tubular!
And I comment on that is because, well, it's been amusing, of course. It will cost you nearly 90 doll hairs to unlock all of the Teenage Mutant Ninja content that's available in the game, all the skins and camos. Now, no one's making you buy this. It's not pay to win. No, I'm controlling it, mate. I can kick you off though if you want.
Woo!
See, like,
just even though I think that's a lot of what happened? Even though that's that's a lot of money, like you said, as long as it's
some people
where
pay
you don't have to do it, fine.
And it's not pay to win.
Right, so that's fine.
Now,
people will pay for
big
that.
thing, is it the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or is it going to be the new type versions, the nonsensical
original
ones?
OGs.
Yeah,
they look good, man. I must.
Well, the original had what was his name? The oh Jesus, there was one turtle that was not in the original group and then came later or something. Not Dark. I can't remember the name of it though. Oh, there's a picture.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
Gray said nothing about sharing pictures.
Yeah.
Just video.
There you go.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, yeah, they look pretty good. I must
And
admit, I've never seen them in that kind of high-end graphic level, but I find that amusing because it will cost you. Well, actually, no, it's more than 2,400 COD points because that's the norm, the standard. But this would be way more if it's like 90.
So you're
there you go.
You're playing as the turtle or with the turtles?
No. These are just skins and camos and stuff, Gray. That's kind of what it is. So you could get player skins, you can get gun skins, you can get decals, you can anything that you can put a skin on. Essentially, is what's eligible.
You're not just unlock it with doing challenges or doing something.
No,
can we not go back to the world where you actually had to work for things?
Don't be silly.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
That would be brilliant.
You can unlock all the turtles. Master Splinter's there. I hope Shredder's in there. He better be in there. Shredder better be in there.
I don't know he's been Shredder all the time.
No.
But yeah, I found that amusing, so I thought I would share that with you. But yeah, that's I'm almost there for the moment. The last thing I had here, I want your boys' opinion on this. There was a game coming out for a while called Dune Awakening.
Yep.
You boys heard of this?
Know it. Yeah.
Yeah. 50 quid. 50. Well, actually,
you can keep it.
The pound price has not come out yet, but the dollar price has come out. $50 for a PC game. Gray?
I mean, $50 is actually below normal now, right?
Is that not the
average? Still,
a PC AAA game is $60.
60,
so actually, you're probably right. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
this
$10.
Isn't early access. This is a full launch.
Whoa, wait, let's back up a second. Early access at $50?
It is not early access. It is a full launch.
Release, isn't it?
I cannot see early launch. Sorry, I can't see early access anywhere. I'm looking through this. The trailer looked pretty good, right? Again, Gray can put it in if it isn't too long of a trailer, but it looks pretty good.
Few survive this world. But those who do awaken. The desert wants you dead, off-worlder. If the sands don't take you, the storms will swallow you whole. But you don't have to walk this path alone. In every danger, there is opportunity. The foundation of something greater. A power waiting to be harnessed. Desert power. Some claim to rule this planet. But Arrakis is yours to explore. To fight for. To conquer. But there are forces beyond even your control. Master Arrakis, and it will open your mind. This is your path to awakening.
I don't know about this, mate. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to watch reviews and whatnot because like it's €50, so it's probably going to be £50 or £45. I've got so many games to play. Have you boys seen the trailer for this?
I've seen the trailer.
Yeah, saw a little bit of gameplay.
I really love Dune, but to be honest with you, I am going to wait for the reviews too. I'm not jumping right away. Because I'm done working off the hype. Like I said, the only games that I would do that with are Doom, but Doom usually comes out ahead of time and shows you how good they are before they sell you the game. I just don't take a jump at almost any game anymore now. I have to wait till it comes out and hear what it is.
Because there's game passes left, right, and centre. There's free games if you're a PC player. There's free games. So why would you want to spend that when you don't have to?
Yeah.
You know it'll go cheap within a matter of time.
If it comes on Game Pass or anything like that, that'd be quite interesting. Maybe then.
I'm trying to figure out who the devs are. The reason being, I've got a funny feeling these are the guys that made another shocking couple of games in the past.
Shocking meaning good or bad?
I don't know if it's the same guys that done Ark or
Conan.
They done a pirate game back in the day, which used a copy and paste of a famous interface.
I remember that.
What was that one, man? Black Sail, not Black Sail.
No, it was Atlas or something.
Yes, it might be. See if it's the same company as that, man. Oh my God,
we're in trouble if that's it.
Man, that was so bad. Literally, people were able to take away that interface and see the original one underneath.
Funcom.
Funcom, yeah. I've never heard of Funcom in my life, man.
That's why it's a goofy name.
They're in Norway. They're in Norway, so there might be like Vikings and hammers and shit in there. You never know. I don't know.
Funcom is a name of like a company that produces situation comedies on television. It doesn't sound like...
they did Conan Exiles as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
For $1.
Aloft, they did. They're doing...
When we're talking about... briefly before we talked about the price of skins and stuff, Gray, did I tell you about the Destiny 2 skins? I actually went and bought some of them. Not all of them, they're too bloody expensive, the Star Wars ones.
Oh, yeah?
I think I was mentioning, I went in and bought some of them, so I'm trying to be strategic and sneaky in what I was buying. I wasn't going to go nuts because they were really expensive. I bought the Ghost Shell, which is the Death Star. I bought the Stormtrooper, which is cool. Depending on what class you are, I always go a Titan, right? Because I'm compensating. Like, I want to go a big, tough, solid guy because I'm a weak man in real life, you know? So the Titan gets the Stormtrooper, and then the other classes get, like, the other bad guys in Star Wars. I don't really know much about Star Wars. So I only bought a couple of skins there, and I was sneaky because if you bought them all, you're spending silly money. And it's cosmetic. That's all it is cosmetic stuff. Did I buy the lightsaber? Oh, shit, I need to go back and get the lightsaber, boys.
Oh, no.
Maybe did get the lightsaber.
Yeah, but wouldn't a Trooper not come with a lightsaber? That would be...
No, that's extra DLC, mate. You would want you to pay for that. Or they gave you packs where you could get all the finishing moves together, or you could get all the, not finishing moves, but it's almost like a teaser or taunt that you can actually like dance and shit in front of people and do
emoticon stuff. Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. So, anyway, right, so we're kind of almost there. Gray has a little bit of hardware tech news to finish us off before we do the quiz.
Hardware and tech news.
Yeah, I thought this was kind of interesting, but I guess not totally surprising. But somehow somebody got a hold of an RX 9070 XT, even though technically it hasn't even launched yet. And they put it up for sale. It's the real deal. You can see the graphics card. I'll put a picture up in the edited version. In the box, the whole 9 yards, and they're only selling it for $1,679.
Cheap bargain. Yeah.
And they come right out and go like they're selling. The scalper is selling it. Box design, GPU, everything. I'm sitting there going like, wow. I said, I mean, I thought I've seen it all. I don't care about. I mean, I do care that they're charging way too much money, obviously. But if you're a scalper and you buy it, that's what they do. But I want to know how he got a hold of it. I want to know.
They won't have the drivers for it either, Gray. That's the problem. Like,
he's probably got on the TikTok shop. Or
you're lucky if the journalists have got a journalist version of the driver, like an early access version.
That would be interesting. You pay $1,679 and it doesn't even work.
You can't run the thing. It's a bloody brick.
yeah.
And the thing is, you can't
3D model.
You can't blacklist this, right? But there was rumours that a Switch 2 was sold for $40,000 online. Like it get leaked,
No.
it came out.
Wow.
Yeah, because the thing
Is
is,
that
right?
serious?
What you've got to bear in mind
man.
is Nintendo could have launched their Switch 2 months ago, but they
Mhm.
wanted to have a massive backlog of them so that when they're launched, there's not like lots of scalping and stuff, and people can get hold of them. They want to be plenty of them because they realize this is the only thing they can sell. They used to have games consoles and handheld separately. Now it's an all-in-one, so they need to smash it out the park, and they need to beat Trump's tariffs if and when they come in, because that'll affect everyone. So they're basically, the rumours are that a lot of them are already in the country or on the sea on the way to the US, and if they've already left China by now, you're okay. They've got to get into the country before, what is it, March or April or something, Grace? So
the guy's sitting there with the shipping manifest in his
he's
hand.
like,
He's making the first call, going like, "Listen, one or two of them fell out of the
$40,000
pack."
hairs, it's yours.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't go online with that because that can get blacklisted. It's an online console, you know?
It doesn't have any serial numbers on it. They're completely gone.
Yeah.
There's an accidental hole in the cargo here.
Great.
It's missing one fan, but you can easily put it back.
Great, that's cheap. That's cheap for your graphics card, man. 1,679. That's really cheap for something.
Well,
in the black
just so you know,
market.
the
Really
normal
surprised.
price is supposed to be between 700 and 850. So, yeah, that's double. Obviously,
Yeah, but it's still cheap for a black market thing that's not even out yet. Like I was talking about $40,000 for an early access Switch.
It's just crazy.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's just they have the pictures and everything, man. It's just like buying it off the shelf. It's just
And your second news article was something that Taro was talking about last week.
Yeah.
But it isn't.
Yep, we talked about last week that we had heard that the very strong rumors about AMD coming out with a 32 gigabyte RX 9770 XT, and AMD apparently came out just recently and squashed those rumors to heck. And they said they are not putting out a 32 gigabyte graphics card. Now they didn't say how many gigabytes there was going to be, or what editions that they're going to be selling and how much those will have. But they said that they've kind of squashed the 60.
It's
the
16,
32.
isn't it? I'm sure their cards are only 16.
Yeah, I think so. That doesning mean they won't come out with like maybe a 24 gigabyte or whatever. I don't know.
You know why they're not coming out with 32? Why would you come out with 32? That's a high-end chip like the 5090. Why would you put that amount of RAM on a mid-range card? That'd be mental. You wouldn't, would you? Makes no sense.
Yep. So that's not going to happen. So unfortunately, those rumors have been squashed by AMD themselves. So you won't be seeing that. It's like I know some people are probably going, darn. But
yeah,
hey,
they were excited about that.
That's why they're rumors. They don't always. Many times, if they're a good source, they come true. But decent amount of times they don't.
Yeah.
So so that's not happening. But anyway,
well, don't think any of us will buy that card anyway. So I think we're safe. I think we're happy with our Nvidia cards. So we're going on the gaming quiz. Gray was before like talking about a gaming discussion thing, but it was me that suggested to the guys before, listen, if we're doing this offline recording thing and we're actually spending a lot of time and attention trying to put some quality into all this, that we could just bring out ad hoc specials, which I think the boys are kind of agreeing to. Whereas the first one's going to be about are games these days boring or not, and we'll touch upon that in a separate special, like maybe a half an hour, even if it's just a half an hour or an hour special, where we just talk about that, because that could be interesting. And it'll be its own separate playlist in YouTube and Spotify and all that stuff. So
people understand out there, whether it's a special, if we don't do a special, then we will put this at the top of the list on a normal show and talk about it right up front. But I started doing some research on this, thinking like, well, it'll be like a good story, and now it's gotten so big because I've seen so much stuff that we definitely need to talk about it. It's pretty
and the
crazy.
reason I suggest doing a special is because I actually did watch the whole clip of the guy ranting for 50 minutes, and then I watched a few minutes of the second one because I got the point. The second one was just what shite am I watching? But then I got what they were trying to show. Yeah. But the one of the guy talking. The reason I suggested that, Gray, is I came up with so many. I went, actually, this is a really good point. I actually had questions to the point where I'm going to I want to watch it again, make a Google sheet, a Google Doc, and actually write down some points to discuss.
Hey, he's doing a Google Doc for once, not me.
Woohoo! There you go. There's many elements to talk about this, actually, and it's a good conversation piece with people. So that's the reason I thought, let's make it a special.
By the way, I think it's great you're doing that, but what I think is funny is behind the scenes, I had mentioned it to Trev, and he was kind of like,
I was
and now all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna do a sheet on it, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, so I mean, like we'll try and bring it out shortly, and we won't intrude with the stuff we normally do. So if we were to release that, it would be like probably another day that we don't release the audio or the video podcast, like a start of the week kind of thing or something to spread it out. You know,
I was thinking we do a special, right, and then we scalp it for $1,679.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, we're not going to charge anyone for nothing. Man.
Somebody will give us a dime. Here's 10 cents. Sold.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So, Gray, the world's famous EGP gaming quiz man, take it away for us, please, good sir.
All right.
Give us your quiz.
It's time for the quiz.
Get your hand on the buzzer for the world-famous Extreme Gaming Quiz.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Some of these
you have quiz music.
Pardon?
You have quiz music for the video edit. I can't remember.
Yeah, I have a segment introduction, which I'll put in there.
No, but is it like gaming quiz music?
Oh no, I don't play
stuff?
gaming quiz news in the background. But that's a good idea. I'll see what I can do.
Should have that as special as well.
Get some kind of Jeopardy or whatever game kind of sounding music.
Yeah.
I'll try it. All right, so a couple of these questions might be hard, but I figured what the heck, I'm going to throw it out there anyway.
Right.
First question is in Gears of War, famous franchise. I've played it a bunch. What does COG, COD, stand for? They always refer to it a lot of times, or they'll call each other COG heads and, and da-da-da-da. But what does COG actually stand for? This is the organization fighting the Locust Horde. But there is a real meaning to the word COG. 3 words.
Coalition of Councils?
Don't know. I don't play.
You're on the right track.
Gears.
You're on the right track. I'll tell you that much.
I don't play Gears. I've never found it exciting.
Let's put it this way. I'll give you a clue, Matt. The first word you said is correct.
Yeah, coalition. GOG, isn't it? COG. Sorry.
COG, right?
Not
So
COC.
coalition of. I can see he's trying.
It's been ages.
It's at the tip of my tongue. I'll give you a clue. It begins with O.
Oh.
COG.
Council of.
Two words now. O and G. I mean, O is the next word. G is the next word.
Go on, Mark. You can do it, son.
Wheels are turning.
Council of governments.
I know.
Coalition of council governments.
Coalition of
governments.
gimps.
Wait.
Coalition of gimps.
Yeah.
Gimps, yeah. Matt,
no?
I'll give you another clue. You said
Crabs
the first.
on gimps.
No, wait. You said the first and the third word correctly. Coalition is correct. The
Order.
G is governments. You said that's correct.
Okay,
Order.
Okay.
So what's the O?
Order.
There you go. Trev just got it.
Okay. Order. Okay.
So together you got it. Coalition of Ordered Governments.
Yeah, but that'd be
That's a
C-O-O-G.
shit acronym, isn't it, man?
Now they never put the of in there. They always eliminate of, the, and all that stuff. So very good.
Yeah.
Very good. So the two of your team definitely got it.
coalition of
Good.
Sorry.
Ordered governments.
Next.
coalition order. Okay.
Question 2.
Yeah.
Now Trev might know this because this is one of his games. Like
I
me.
don't, because I only play the Nordic games.
Well,
Can't play the Greek stuff.
okay, all right. In God of War, that was the first one, right? Oh, no, wait, or not the new one. Anyway, what's the powerful object that Kratos has to defeat Ares to stop his nightmares?
Flashlight.
In God of Flashlight, what's the powerful object that Kratos has to defeat Ares and stop his nightmares?
Banana.
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 Banana. Dun, 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 dun.
So this is one of the earlier games. What God of War is this?
The
1,
Arrow.
2, or 3 then?
It doesn't say. It just says in God of War, so it doesn't really,
Okay. Because it's not God of War 2018 or God of War Ragnarok, because they were the Nordic.
Well, it's not Ragnarok for sure. I'm trying to think if it was,
No, it wasn't 2018 either. Ares is in the older games. The last 2 God of War games were the Nordic games. They didn't have any of the other gods in them. They had the Nordic gods in them.
Okay.
But this is from 1, 2, or 3, which I have not played, so I have no
I can give you a clue, but it might give it away totally.
No, don't then.
Correct.
Kratos has to defeat Ares and stop his night. Should I know this, Gray?
Yes. Let's put it this way. I won't tell you what it is, but it is an expression you definitely have heard. I'll tell you that much. It's a relative. I'll give you another clue. It's a relatively, what would the word be? A relatively common expression or known thing. That's as much as I'll tell you.
Oh, it's an item, isn't it? If it's a powerful object, it's powerful. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a common object, is it?
It's the name of it's
like
very
a
common.
kitchen
In other words,
utensil
you've
or
heard
something.
this name has been used in common literature for years.
Book.
Book. Well, I'll keep going.
Nah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
You're gonna die when you hear this. You are absolutely.
Probably.
All right, give up.
Give up.
Pandora's box.
Oh, I would have never got that. No chance. No. I wasn't even close to that, mate.
Wow.
And that's where it
Not
all
a
came
chance.
from. Whenever we go, don't open Pandora's box because
And I don't think he ever mentioned that in 2018 or the last
Yeah, I don't-
God
I
of War
don't- I don't
Ragnarok
think
ever.
so
So,
either, right?
yeah,
All right, this you should get. I had to
Yes,
put
I do.
one relatively easy question.
I know the answer.
Which
Thank you.
game series features a character named Sam Fisher?
Splinter
Splinter
Cell.
Cell.
There you go.
Splinter Cell, yeah.
Or to be technical, Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus
You do know
Christ.
the reason why they come out with all these games and it has Tom Clancy. There's two reasons for it. One,
If they don't
obviously,
keep using the license, they lose it.
exactly, they
Yeah.
have to use it because the
And it's
estate.
Ubisoft, and all they know how to do is rinse and repeat IPs.
Back when Clancy was alive, he said this, and when even after he passed, the estate kept it going, and the estate said you must put his name on every one of these
Everything.
things. You can't call
Yeah.
it just plain Splinter Cell. Now, lots of people just go Splinter Cell like Matt did,
Yeah.
but it's almost like Disney.
Only
World,
because I
right?
know people know that I'm talking Tom Clancy because
Yeah.
Tom Clancy is our boy. He's our thing that we
It's,
go
it's
for.
very, very similar to Disney World. All the employees at Disney World are supposed to call it Walt Disney World, not just
Yeah.
Disney World. They're supposed to call it Walt,
Walt
Disney
World.
World.
That just sounds shit, though, doesn't it?
It
That was
does,
one of those
yeah.
things you work for them. You must call it Walt Disney World, but everybody doesn't
There
do
you
that.
go.
They just all go Disney World.
Yeah.
Right, that brings us to the end then of our last ever live podcast. Slightly sad, but also not so slightly sad because you know, we move onwards and upwards.
Greater things come to take its place.
You will get the shows at round about the usual time you
Same
always
time,
did.
yep,
You just can't interact live, which is fine. But you can come at our Discord and annoy us that way. And
Yeah,
just
interact with
pick
us
Gray
there.
and Matt if you want. It's fine.
Or
like,
send us a question at info@extremegamingpodcast.com.
We'll give you Gray's phone number.
Or join the Discord,
Or join the
discord.gg/Extreme Gaming Podcast. That's
Correct.
much more interactive and social.
Or call Matt at
right.
01854. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
08456 69.
555-1212.
Actually, see when they read out the names of things like 0845 or 69 blah 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 GIMP, and you're like, what does that mean? Why are they reading out letters?
Where's
And
the
it's
GIMP on
because you
this?
look at
I'm
you
gonna
look at the
I'm gonna
phone
give
and
you
you
a
press
useless
that.
fact.
and-
I'm going to give you a useless fact that's funny. Maybe you guys had this happen
More
in
so
the
than
UK
usual.
too.
Yeah.
But years ago, when
Worse
they
than a
used to-
wet fart.
No,
on Windows Day.
years ago in television and movies for many, many years, when they wanted to use a telephone number or give out a telephone number, it was always 555-1212. Always. They would never give out a real number. It was always that. It was, and then
Well,
I
that's
don't know
all-
what
that's
happened.
common sense,
One year
mate.
it changed, and then it went out the window. But it was that way for a very long time.
Yeah. I think somebody actually called one of the numbers, didn't they?
I did.
From a
I
movie.
called the
yeah,
number.
I'd actually give you a message or something.
Yeah, it did. It gave you some
Yeah,
goofy
I
message.
remember
I
you
don't know
saying
what
it.
it was, but it was kind of goofy.
Yeah.
There we go, boys. Mercian says, "Who do I talk to now on a Thursday? My wife."
Oh, no.
That is
Go straight to the bar.
hilarious.
Don't even look at her. Just go out that door.
No, well, wait a
Just
minute.
Talk
Mercy,
to us in Discord, mate.
it's
Yeah.
still gonna come out. So all you have to do is just play it a little later. That's all.
Yeah.
Just
there
those
you
who
go.
interact, and
I
that's
mean,
all. Don't worry, we're not going
we
anywhere.
haven't decided, but we're toying with the idea that we could literally take the recording and broadcast it on Twitch, even though it wouldn't be live. So
That's true, but
but
then
I
I
don't
do
know if we're
hate
going to do that or
reruns.
not. But we could.
Okay, people, we'll call it quits there. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to Matt for talking about stuff that's nothing to do with gaming
Yeah.
or hardware.
And
all them
and
kind of
Trev, too,
dirty
that-
nonsense.
I was
that
talking
bring
about
up.
Pixar Lamp, so
Yeah.
it's honestly fine. I don't mind so much.
We don't.
No, I appreciate it. And we'll get this special out to you sometime soon. I'm not entirely sure when we're going to get out, but soon
Nope.
anyway.
But it'll be soonish.
See you later, guys.
Yo, people.
Bye.
For now.
Where's the ending?
Not playing.
Handy dandy.
He's trying to play the ending, but it's not happening. Click live. Oh,
Wasn't it?
you did it.
He's done it. He's made it. Wait. Until he gets the hang of it.
You can buy this song from us for only $1,679. Yeah.
I'll give you my bank details. Yeah. I'm dead sexy. Look at me.
Why am I always the last one to be on?
Because you're so good.
It's aged before reason or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Beauty before. Oh no! Beauty before after the beast. There we go. Oh, and it's a slow mo too.